That brings up a good question, though. You guys all have established series in some way. Has there ever been something that you have come across in like book 6 that you wish you had not started in book 1?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us.
But I don't really, it's a huge spoiler, but no, so I had something that I knew that needed to happen in book 2. And I knew since book 2 that it needed to happen in book 7. And I can't look at you because you know what I'm talking about. And it was established part of the role, and it was established part of the character development, and it was going to completely break open the ending of that first series to spin off to the next series. And so I kind of wish I wouldn't have laid all the groundwork because it was emotionally damaging for me to keep going. That's as vague as I could get to that, but I did it anyway, and I eventually stopped having to drink after writing.
When does that hit? Which book is that? More details.
I did something in my first book. It's not that I regret doing it, but I didn't quite foresee how complicated it was going to make things for me personally down the road. This is the first book that I sold, and something happens to the hero in this book, and it's going to carry through the rest of the series. And you'll notice I'm not telling you what it is because I don't want to spoil it. Well, it then occurred to me a couple, 3 books down the road when I was doing conferences and giving books away, I can't give away any book after that one because if I do, it will spoil that one. And so I'm thinking, you know, from a promotional standpoint, that wasn't really the smartest decision. But, you know, I don't think I would change it. I was telling Susan last night, I don't think I would change it because it's the way the book needed to be. But it sure did throw a monkey wrench in my personal plans. So there's that.
I know with me, it's not something that I regretted, but it's like that, oh, that's what you were talking about moment. And I've had that quite a few times, and I've got like 16 different series going right now, and some of them are starting to interconnect. And I didn't understand why this character did this back in this book until I got to this book, either further down in that series or even in another one. And then I realized that that character had to be there, you know, back here doing what they were doing so that they could be in this book. And it just all comes together like this huge picture. And I think that's one of the most incredible ones where you're like, oh, so that's why I needed to write this book here, or that's why this character had to do this. And that I like those aha moments. It's like, now I'm finally understanding what you're talking about. And it's like, no, I don't need to be in a pattern right now.
Yeah, there's sort of, there's my plans sometimes, and then there's sort of my subconscious plans. I remember I was working on Dark Days series, and I'm not going to tell you which book, and I turned it into my editor, and she came back to me and said, Jocelynn, you really need to up the ante at the end of this book. And she's always incredibly vague, and I loved her for it because it left me room to play and to figure out how to do it. And I'm looking at the book, and I'm really reading it over again, and it's like, oh crap, this person has to die. And I had this whole happy ending plan. It was going to be sunshine and roses, and I mean, that's kind of unbelievable for my Dark Days series, yes I know, but it was going to be happy. And I wrote it, I cried, I turned it into my editor, and I called her and said, okay, the book's coming, I changed it for you. It's like, you killed her off, didn't you? It's like, yes. How did you know? It's like, it's because you had it laid out, Jocelynn. You just were too scared to take that final step. And it's like, okay. I was like, thank God for editors.
We should probably work together at some point.
I have a really low body count in my current series, so I needed to start another one so I can get the body count up.
There's a low body count in my Brandon Peck series that I write with Alexandra Ivy, and she
we'll
knows
together.
that. So I had to prepare her that it's coming, and she writes with me. So.
I can't say that there's ever been anything that I really regret. I sort of relish those moments of like, oh crap, what have I done? Because that's a lot of times where some of the best stuff comes out of, is that, you know, whatever you have to do to make it work. I do many times reference something like something about a character that he has a dark secret, or that he's had, or she has had some horrible thing happened in their past. And 99% of the time, I do not know what that thing is. But I figure it'll come to me at some point, and the character will kind of reveal to me what that thing is, like, you know, a couple books down the road. So I sort of like to do that because it gives me something to, like, maybe I never have to reveal what it is. All the, you know, the reader will ever know is that this person has had something really bad happen in the past. But then, every once in a while, you know, it'll occur to me what that thing is, and another book will come out of that, or, you know, so I sort of like to lay those kind of like Easter eggs for myself, basically, I guess.
Oh, yeah.